In a world where legend and reality often intertwine, the tale of the Old Leatherman stands as a haunting reminder of the complexities of belonging and alienation. The enigmatic figure, known for his unique leather suit and solitary travels through the towns of Connecticut and New York, has captivated the imagination of many since his first sightings in the mid-1800s. This narrative has gained renewed interest as modern individuals like writer Sam Anderson embark on journeys to retrace his steps, seeking connection with a history that resonates deeply in today's society. The Old Leatherman, whose real name remains shrouded in mystery, was a recluse who wandered the landscape, earning both fascination and fear from local residents. Described as a real-life Sasquatch, he sported a bizarre outfit made of leather scraps stitched together in a manner that resembled armor. His presence evoked curiosity as he frequented various towns, stopping only at specific homes for food while evading deeper connections with the communities he passed through. The media of his time chronicled his adventures, transforming him into a folk hero who embodied the struggle between societal norms and personal isolation. As Anderson embarked on his own journey to walk the 365-mile loop that the Old Leatherman traveled, he found himself grappling with the same themes of alienation and belonging that characterized the life of the wandering figure. In a time when societal fractures seem to mirror those of the past, Anderson's quest offers a poignant reflection on the human experience. He recounts his encounters with modern-day residents who share stories of their own outliers, drawing parallels between the Old Leatherman's life and the contemporary struggles of individuals living on the fringes of society. The narrative of the Old Leatherman is not just about a man lost to time. It serves as a lens through which we can explore broader themes of community acceptance and the human condition. As Anderson reflects on his walks, he discovers a deeper understanding of what it means to be both a part of society and apart from it. His experiences challenge the reader to consider how we relate to those who exist outside the conventional boundaries of community, prompting an examination of our own perceptions and biases. Anderson's exploration also highlights the historical context in which the Old Leatherman lived. The tumultuous post-Civil War era was marked by upheaval and transformation, paralleling the anxieties of contemporary society. As he walks the same paths the Old Leatherman once traversed, Anderson grapples with the changes that have taken place both in the landscape and within himself. The journey becomes a metaphor for seeking clarity and understanding in a world that often feels chaotic and disconnected. Ultimately, the legacy of the Old Leatherman remains a powerful testament to the enduring human spirit. As Anderson concludes his reflections, he suggests that while the Old Leatherman may have rejected society, he also created a unique space within it, a space that continues to resonate with those who feel like outsiders. This tale serves not only as a historical account but also as a call to embrace the complexities of our shared humanity. The future may hold more stories like that of the Old Leatherman, challenging us to confront our own narratives and the ways we choose to connect with others in an ever-evolving world. In a world where technology and personal experiences often intersect, the journey of seeking peace can take unexpected turns. A poignant narrative recently shared in the Washington Post captures this sentiment, detailing an individual's quest for tranquility during a planned meditation retreat in Bhutan that ultimately led to an unforeseen experience in a hospital. As the author recounts, the intention was clear: to escape the chaos of daily life and immerse oneself in the serene landscapes of Bhutan, famed for its spiritual retreats and majestic Himalayan backdrop. However, life has a way of redirecting our paths, and instead of the anticipated meditative bliss, a sudden health scare shifted the focus from mountains to medical care. The hospital, a stark contrast to the picturesque scenery, became the setting for an unexpected journey of introspection and healing. The author reflects on their experience in the hospital, revealing how the environment, despite its sterile nature, provided an unexpected sense of peace. Here, amidst the beeping monitors and the hustle of medical staff, I found a different kind of clarity, they noted. This realization underscores a powerful message: peace can be found in the most unlikely places. The juxtaposition of the serene mountains of Bhutan and the bustling hospital hallways serves as a reminder that our search for tranquility often leads us to confront our vulnerabilities, forcing us to embrace the present moment, however uncomfortable it may be. In another article, the topic of engagement and friendship dynamics comes to light, highlighting the complexities of personal relationships as they evolve. A reader grapples with the strain on a friendship caused by a friend's abrupt engagement. The emotional turmoil that ensues emphasizes the delicate balance between personal happiness and the impact of significant life changes on existing relationships. This narrative illustrates how the speed of life events can sometimes outpace our ability to process them, leaving lingering feelings of confusion and resentment. Shifting gears, the cryptocurrency landscape is also witnessing notable developments. Recent warnings from companies regarding potential federal cuts to Dogecoin Doge have raised alarms among investors. As organizations navigate the implications of these changes, the ripple effects are felt across the market. Experts caution that such federal actions could jeopardize the financial stability of businesses that have come to rely on the popularity of cryptocurrency. If these cuts are implemented, we could see a significant downturn in not just the value of Doge but also in the broader crypto economy, and industry analysts stated, signaling a need for investors to remain vigilant and informed. Additionally, in the sports arena, the Washington Nationals' new third baseman is regaining both confidence and a key element of his playing style, a leg kick, after a challenging season. This resurgence highlights the psychological aspects of sports performance, where mental fortitude can be just as crucial as physical skill. As the player finds his rhythm again, fans are optimistic about the potential impact on the team's success in the upcoming season. As we navigate through these varied narratives, each uniquely reflective of the human experience, it becomes evident that life's unpredictability often leads to profound insights. Whether it's finding peace in a hospital bed, managing the intricacies of friendship amid change, or adapting to the ebbs and flows of the cryptocurrency market and sports performance, the future promises to be equally rich in stories. The lessons learned from these experiences remind us that every moment, planned or unexpected, holds value, shaping our perspectives as we move forward. In a world increasingly defined by political and economic strife, the ongoing conflict in Ukraine remains a focal point for international relations, raising questions about the effectiveness and reliability of support from major powers, particularly the United States. Recent analyses suggest that the U.S. commitment to Ukraine's defense may be wavering, potentially leaving a significant gap in Ukrainian military support at a critical juncture. On March 9, 2025, the Wall Street Journal reported on what they describe as an America-sized hole in Ukraine's war effort. This stark characterization reflects concerns that the Biden administration's focus has shifted, with domestic issues and political upheaval taking precedence over foreign engagements. As the war drags on, the urgency for sustained military aid has become clearer. However, many observers are worried that the American public's waning interest could translate into reduced support for the Ukrainian cause. In the wake of a tumultuous political landscape, the Biden administration faces increasing pressure to navigate both domestic and international challenges. Analysts point out that the prolonged nature of the conflict has made it difficult to maintain the same level of bipartisan enthusiasm that was evident in the early stages of the invasion. The longer this war goes on, the more fatigue sets in among the American electorate, noted a political analyst. There's a palpable concern that the commitment to Ukraine might not be as strong as it once was. Compounding this issue is the rise of former President Donald Trump, whose recent political maneuvers have emboldened a faction that questions the wisdom of continued financial and military support for Ukraine. Trump's influence is seen as a destabilizing factor that could further erode support for Ukraine among American lawmakers. The fear of Trump has some elite law firms retreating from political support, reflecting a broader anxiety about the shifting sentiments within the GOP. The Journal reported, showcasing how political dynamics in the U.S. are increasingly tied to perceptions of international obligations. As this geopolitical chess game continues to unfold, the legacy of past tariff wars also looms large. A separate piece in the Wall Street Journal highlights that while tariff conflicts are often brief, their repercussions can be long-lasting. This sentiment resonates with the current situation in Ukraine, where the potential withdrawal of American support might not only affect military operations but also alter the balance of power in the region for years to come. Looking forward, the implications of a diminished U.S. role in Ukraine could extend beyond the battlefield. Analysts warn that an American retreat might embolden not just Russia but also other authoritarian regimes that are closely watching the situation. The stakes are high, and as the Biden administration grapples with its domestic agenda, the international ramifications of its decisions loom ever larger. In conclusion, the fate of Ukraine's war effort hangs in a delicate balance, with potential shifts in U.S. policy threatening to create a vacuum that could have dire consequences. As the political landscape evolves, the coming months will be crucial in determining whether the U.S. can reaffirm its commitment to Ukraine or if it will retreat into a more isolationist stance, leaving allies to navigate the complexities of a world increasingly defined by uncertainty. The global community watches closely, hoping for a resolution that supports democracy and stability in Eastern Europe. In a dramatic turn of events in Romania's political landscape, Călin Georgescu, a far-right candidate and presumed front-runner in the upcoming presidential elections, has been barred from participation by the country's electoral authority. The decision, announced on Sunday, March 9, sparked accusations of tyranny from Georgescu himself, who claimed it represented a severe blow to democracy not just in Romania, but across Europe. The Central Election Bureau invalidated Georgescu's candidacy following numerous complaints alleging violations of laws against extremism, with recent polls indicating Georgescu held over 40% support from the electorate. His exclusion is poised to have significant repercussions for the political climate leading up to the scheduled repeat elections on May 4 and 18. This follows a tumultuous first round in November that was annulled by the Constitutional Court amid allegations of Russian interference favoring Georgescu. In a message posted on the social media platform X, Georgescu condemned the ruling, stating, "Europe is now a dictatorship. Romania is under tyranny." He now has 24 hours to appeal the decision, which the Constitutional Court must review within an additional 48 hours, suggesting that a final ruling could arrive by Wednesday evening. Following the announcement of his disqualification, tensions flared in Bucharest, where supporters of Georgescu clashed with police outside the Electoral Bureau. This violence underscores the growing unrest among Romanian citizens, who have increasingly rejected mainstream political parties perceived as corrupt and ineffective. Notably, far-right parties have already secured roughly a third of Romania's legislature following a separate election last December, indicating a rising wave of populism in the country. U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance has also weighed in on the controversy, criticizing the annulment of last year's elections as indicative of a broader decline in democratic governance within Europe. He accused Romanian authorities of capitulating to flimsy intelligence and external pressures from other European nations. Georgescu's candidacy had already drawn significant attention from international figures, with Elon Musk, a known supporter, labeling the Electoral Bureau's decision as crazy. The Electoral Bureau's claims stem from over 1,000 complaints filed against Georgescu, many of which allege that he has endorsed Romania's fascist leaders from World War II and engaged in extremist behavior, including making Nazi hand gestures to supporters. Such allegations have intensified scrutiny over the candidate and raised concerns about his potential to incite further polarization within Romanian society. As the political situation evolves, the implications of Georgescu's disqualification could resonate far beyond Romania's borders, reflecting broader trends of populism and extremism in European politics. The upcoming elections will not only test the resilience of Romania's democratic institutions but also serve as a litmus test for the continent's commitment to upholding democratic norms in the face of rising authoritarianism. Looking ahead, the unfolding events in Romania will likely garner increased international attention, particularly as the nation grapples with its political identity and the challenges posed by radical ideologies. The outcome of the elections in May will be pivotal not just for Romania but for the broader European landscape as it navigates the delicate balance between populism and democratic integrity. In a political landscape that appears increasingly chaotic, the emergence of former President Donald Trump as a central figure once again raises questions about America's trajectory. Writing with a blend of humor and biting critique, comedian Stuart Lee recently reflected on the unpredictable nature of Trump's leadership, drawing parallels to a microwaved cornetto of hope. His observations come at a time when Trump's controversial actions and rhetoric are reshaping global dynamics, particularly in relation to Ukraine and Greenland. Lee's commentary underscores the absurdity of Trump's rapid-fire policymaking, comparing it to a game of pin the tail on the donkey but with higher stakes. He chastises Trump for his simplistic approach to complex geopolitical issues such as the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and the provocative notion of acquiring Greenland, which Trump has suggested should be absorbed into the United States. "I have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland," Trump proclaimed, urging them to consider joining the U.S. while simultaneously undermining their sovereignty. Lee's critique is sharp, questioning the sincerity of Trump's promises amidst a backdrop of colonialist undertones. The ramifications of Trump's proposals extend beyond mere rhetoric. His cavalier attitude toward international alliances has left many questioning the stability of America's commitments abroad. Lee notes that Trump's administration has often been at odds with established agreements such as the Budapest Memorandum, which forbids the use of military force against Ukraine. This disregard for international law not only endangers Ukraine but also complicates relationships with traditional allies in Europe. In another dimension of political discourse, sports commentator Stephen A. Smith has emerged as a surprising figure in the Democratic Party's future. Recently, he expressed confidence in his potential candidacy for the presidency, highlighting a desire for a more vigorous and relatable political voice. "I think I can beat them all," Smith declared, reflecting the party's need for fresh ideas and robust engagement with voters. His rise signals a shift in the political landscape where celebrities with strong followings are increasingly viewed as viable candidates. Smith's appeal lies in his ability to connect with a disillusioned electorate that feels marginalized by conventional politics. As he critiques the Democratic establishment for its disconnect with voters, he embodies a broader desire for authenticity and straightforwardness in political dialogue. His potential candidacy raises important questions about the future of the Democratic Party, particularly as it grapples with its identity following a series of electoral defeats. While the prospect of a Smith candidacy remains speculative, the interest he has generated underscores the urgent need for the Democratic Party to reassess its strategies. Many party members are eager for an outsider who can resonate with a diverse voter base and challenge the narratives pushed by Trump and his allies. As political landscapes evolve, the fusion of sports, media, and politics may offer new pathways for engagement and influence. As Stuart Lee and Stephen A. Smith both illustrate, the current political climate is marked by uncertainty and shifting allegiances, whether through humor or candid commentary. Their insights reflect a broader societal yearning for clarity and connection amid the tumult. The future remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: both humor and authenticity will play crucial roles in navigating the complexities of modern governance. As we look ahead, the interplay between culture and politics will undoubtedly continue to shape the American narrative in profound ways. In a revealing and contentious cabinet room meeting last week, tensions between billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk and senior Trump administration officials erupted into a public clash. The episode highlighted an ongoing struggle within the administration regarding the balance between Musk's ambitious plans for government reform and the realities faced by cabinet secretaries tasked with executing those plans. The meeting was convened on short notice, as President Trump sought to address mounting frustration among his cabinet members regarding Musk's aggressive approach to reshaping federal bureaucracy through his Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE). Secretary of State Marco Rubio, visibly incensed, confronted Musk directly, challenging his claims that the State Department had not undergone significant staff reductions. "You have fired nobody," Musk had told Rubio, who retorted that over 1,500 officials had left their posts through early retirement buyouts. This back and forth culminated in President Trump intervening to defend Rubio, emphasizing the need for collaboration and acknowledging the complex responsibilities facing his cabinet members. "He is very busy, he is always traveling and on TV, and he has an agency to run," Trump stated, signaling a desire for a more coordinated effort moving forward. This meeting marked a potential turning point for the Trump administration's relationship with Musk, who has become one of Trump's most significant political backers, recently airing $1 million in ads praising the president. Despite Musk's substantial influence and financial support, the president appeared to recognize the growing unease among his officials, some of whom have expressed concerns about Musk's tactics and the chaos that has ensued. Cabinet officials largely endorse Musk's vision of cutting waste and increasing efficiency within government, yet they are increasingly wary of his chainsaw methods, which many feel lack coherent strategy and consistency. The president's remarks during the meeting hinted at a newfound resolve to impose limits on Musk's authority, suggesting that future initiatives would require a more delicate touch akin to using a scalpel rather than a hatchet. Throughout the meeting, Musk defended his methods, pointing to the success of his enterprises and his experience in running billion-dollar companies. However, his dismissive remarks towards cabinet members, particularly Rubio and Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, raised eyebrows. Duffy's concerns about air traffic safety, for instance, were met with Musk's insistence that claims regarding layoffs of air traffic controllers were misrepresented. The repercussions of this meeting are yet to be fully realized, but the sharp exchanges have underscored the rifts within the administration as it navigates Musk's role. Officials have conveyed their apprehensions about Musk's social media presence, particularly through his control of the platform X, which poses a risk of public backlash against them. Statements from various cabinet members following the meeting framed it as a productive dialogue aimed at achieving a shared goal of government efficiency. However, the outcome remains uncertain as the administration grapples with Musk's ambitious plans versus the real-world implications of his proposals. As the Trump administration moves forward, it will be crucial to watch how this dynamic evolves and whether Musk's influence can be recalibrated to align more harmoniously with the operational realities of federal governance.